Hey, what's good, Coach Colin? And today I'm going to break down the 7 hidden secrets that pros use to become unstoppable with their handle. Now, most players might get 1 or 2, but we're going to unlock all of them for you today. Now, the very first thing to think about, and that what pros do all the time, is a change of speed. Now, change of speed seems fairly self-explanatory and something that a lot of players think that they're doing when most of the times they are not. Now, if you watch the best ball handlers in the world, I'm talking about the guys like Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, any of those guys, what you'll notice is that most of the time, they're always constantly changing their speed. And really what it comes down to is variability, right? If you're defending somebody who's dribbling the basketball, if they're going the exact same speed the entire time, it makes it a lot more predictable and a lot easier for you to stay in front of. Even if they're the fastest player on the court, it doesn't really matter because you can adjust for it. You can give them more space and you know exactly what's coming. It would be like if you were playing baseball and the pitcher gave you the exact same pitch every time. Sure, it might get you once in a while, but consistently you would figure out how to hit the ball. So elite ball handlers are just like pitchers who have 4 or 5 different pitches in their arsenal, where they can go fast, they can go slow, they can change it up, they can turn on their quick burst when they need it, and so you need to work on doing the exact same thing. So work on that change of speed and you will automatically become a much better ball handler. All right, now if you want the real secret tip, really focus on deceleration or stopping when you're doing your training, because most players work on going, they explode and they do the moves, but they're not great at working on stopping their moves. And the stopping is really where most players get the big time separation. So add that to your training and I can guarantee that you'll instantly become a better ball handler. Next, we've got change of direction. Now, just like speed, variability is much more difficult to guard. And if we can stack variability on top of each other, it becomes even more difficult. So basically, change of direction is just the ability to navigate your body in any direction possible. Think about it like your body's a joystick on the basketball court. You want to be able to go forward, backwards, diagonally, and in all different directions. When we study and analyze the best ball handlers in the game, pretty much all of them can move any way, no matter how the defense plays them, right? If they crowd their right-hand side, if they crowd their left-hand side, if they take away their airspace, if they're chasing them from behind, it doesn't really matter because they can move any direction they need to. Now, for the absolute pro level tip is it's the combination of change of direction and change of speed paired together. When athletes do this, they become almost impossible to guard because they can throw the defender off any way they move. So what you'll notice is most pro athletes start thinking about the game in angles, not necessarily just forwards and backwards. Most young players think about the game linearly, meaning that they're only going forwards and only going backwards, going to offense and going to defense. But when you really watch the best pro athletes out there, they're constantly looking at different attack angles. Are they attacking to the elbow? Are they attacking to the basket? Are they veering back out of a step back? And because they're training this change of direction with their handle, it makes them virtually impossible to stop, especially when they're pairing it with that change of speed. So when finding your drills and working on your game, make sure that you're not just standing in one spot or just attacking in one direction, but really work on that 360-degree control of the basketball around your body and moving your body like a joystick in a bunch of different ways. If you can do that, you're going to handle like a pro. All right, the next big secret that most pros use to make them unstoppable is what we call top foot attack. Now, what's interesting is most of the best players always have the best defenders who guard them, right? Because in general, they'll command the most respect on the floor. And so they need every single trick in the book to make sure that they can beat the defender anytime they want to. And top foot attack is a great way to do that. Basically, it's isolating a top foot of the defender and attacking that foot. Because again, anytime you're going to the basket with a dribble move, it's all about position. And the more out of position you get the defender, the better it'll be. And what you'll notice is when you attack the top foot, it actually forces the defender to open up and react, and they're already behind the curve when it comes to your attack. From here, it just becomes read and react. So if the defender drops way open, you can hit a step back for that extra separation. If the defender reacts slowly, you can blow by them and go to the hoop. It really makes a game 100 times easier when you have that slight advantage from the very get-go. Now, here's where it gets to be next level, is a lot of the times elite players will do different things to get the defender to give them a top foot. And sometimes they'll even do things to get them to give them a specific top foot if they want to attack a specific direction. This is where a lot of great setup moves like skip dribbles or float dribbles or pocket dribbles really do a great job of getting the defender to give you a top foot that way you can expose. And most of the time, this is why the elite players, when they catch in an ISO situation, will do some sort of setup, either jab step or combo move, to get the defender to give them that top foot because they know how powerful it is. But the pro's secret is when in doubt, give a jab step. Because if you give a jab step, it's gonna force the defender to give you a top foot before you've even put down a dribble. That way of the maximum options to do and the maximum ways you can torch them. So when working on your training, really focus on that first top line move, whether it be a jab step or a pump fake or some sort of combo that's going to set the defender up and force them to give you a top foot. The next thing that the elite ball handlers in the NBA do is sell the eyes. Now, really, I always like to say as a coach, the eyes are the story that the defender is going to read. And most of the time, wherever you're looking is where the defender thinks you're going to go. It's the same reason why a no-look pass is so effective. If you're looking right and you throw the ball left, the defender's not going to see it coming. So think of your attack moves in the exact same way. If you want to cross over to the left, throw your eyes to the right because it's going to look like you're going that direction. If you want to drive to the basket, raise your eye to the rim and it's going to look like you're getting ready to shoot. Really, it's a very, very simple way to get the defender out of position and always keep them guessing. Now, if you want to see how powerful just this simple concept is, look at that dumb LeBron James pull-up move where he kind of like hangs the ball out to the side, stares at it, and then launches into a jump shot. Now, this is a very awkward move, and by all accounts, it probably shouldn't work, but because he's staring at the ball, it freezes the defender, all their attention goes that direction, and it gives them that split second to be able to get the jump shot off. Now, keep in mind, he's also being defended most of the time by the best defenders in the entire world. So if using his eyes in this manner works for him at the highest level, imagine what it could do for you. So when training, don't just think about the movements that comes with the drills and the patterns that you're doing, but really think about all the other extra stuff that goes with it and the eyes being a major part. Because a lot of the times you can become a much more effective ball handler almost instantly just by focusing on this one concept alone. Next, you want to move the shoulders. Now, your shoulders are almost like the closed captions that go along with the eyes. Most of the times, your shoulders are going to show what direction you're going to move. And if you can pair them with selling the eyes, it's an unstoppable combination. Now, most players are playing checkers when it comes to their attack moves. They want to attack to the right, they begin their movement to the right. They want to attack to the left, they begin their movement to the left. But if you watch the best pros in the world, they're playing chess. They're getting to their defender leaning to the left before they're attacking to the right, and vice versa. If they want to shoot a step back, they're getting the defender on their heels moving backwards before going into their step back move. And so you want to do the exact same thing, and the shoulders are a great way to accomplish this. And the next pro tip to really keep in mind is thinking about your shoulder height. And more importantly, moving that shoulder height as you're doing your moves. Because most players think that they want to get low shoulders because low means explosive. And while that is true and correct, you want that variability, much like we talked about the change of direction and the change of speed earlier. And the more your shoulders move up and down, the more you're going to focus and manipulate your defender to be out of position. So next time you're watching highlights of your favorite ball handler in the league, just watch how often their shoulders go up and down and up and sideways, and you're going to notice that they're constantly moving in different directions, and that is really difficult to stop. Now, before I reveal the last two secrets to pro level ball handling, I want to make sure that we get your ball handling to the exact level that you want it to be. So click on the top link in the description down below to get free 100% instant access to the Pro Handles Pack brought to you by our guys over at Pro Class. So now you can actually train with some of the secrets of the best ball handlers in the world, guys like Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, and CJ McCollum, just to name a few. It's 100% free with no credit card required, so go ahead and check it out before it's too late. All right, so the next hack to get unstoppable ball handling is 360-degree ball control. This basically means that you need to be able to control the basketball in 360 degrees all around your body. A massive mistake that a lot of young hoopers make is that they can only control the ball out in front of them. They work on crossovers, they work on pound dribbles, they work on all this stuff that allows them to control the ball in front of their body, but not behind or to the side of their body. If you look at the best ball handlers in the world, what makes them truly special is their adaptability, meaning that no matter where the ball is around their body or how the defender reacts, they can always control it to where they want it to go. I like to think of this by breaking down the 360-degree space around your body into 4 separate zones. We've got left front, left back, and right back. Now, as a ball handler, you want to be able to take the ball from any one of those zones to any other zone in any time. So if the ball's in my back left, I want to be able to put it into my front right in one dribble, and vice versa. And it's this complete adaptability that makes you unstoppable as a ball handler, because no matter how the defense plays you, you can always put the ball where it needs to be to take full advantage. So your pro tip is when working on your drills, really think about using ones that work on pushing from zone to zone in a bunch of different directions. You're working from going back to front to back to diagonal front, etc. Because if you can control the ball in this 360-degree space, you're gonna see big results. All right, now it's time to reveal the final secret. And this is probably the one that's gonna take you from being a really great ball handler to being a feared ball handler, or one that can collect ankles at any time, any place. Combo moves are the hidden cheat code that once you master, you'll never look at the game the same way. Again, most younger players really think about the game simplistically. They think, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Whereas most of the best ball handlers in the world, and especially at the NBA level, are always thinking about how they can set up their defender to get devastating results. And this is truly where you get the biggest ankle breakers, the step backs, the things that make the highlight reel most of the time come from some sort of combination move. Now, the biggest mistake that most players make here is that they train the wrong combo moves in the wrong progression. Basically, I like to split combo moves up in two different categories: on the catch moves and off the dribble moves. So off the catch is the first movement that you do before you've actually put down a dribble. Most of the time this could be something simple like a pump fake or a jab step. A lot of times if you can do this combo before putting a dribble down, you can get an advantage by getting the defender out of position before you've really kind of sold your first move. So next you want the second half of what we call the combo sandwich, meaning the move that you're going to do out of the first one. Now this can be any one dribble combination. It could be an in and out move, a behind the back, it could be a roll dribble, it could be a pullback, whatever it is fine. But if you're comboing it with some sort of initial action, you're gonna see massive results. Now my absolute favorite thing about combo moves is there are infinite ways that you can pair them together. Think about this, if all you have is 5 front end combo moves and 5 back end combo moves, you can put them together in 25 different ways to always destroy your defender no matter how they play. I'm not talking about needing to master 50 different moves. I'm talking about 10 total moves can make you virtually unstoppable. And to make it even better, these don't even have to be fancy combo moves or things that are very difficult. Simple things like jab steps, pump fakes, in and out dribbles, pullbacks, those are all things that can get incredible results, especially if they're comboed with a move next to them. All right, so now that you know all the secrets to becoming an unstoppable ball handler, it's time to put it into action. So make sure you click the link in the description down below to get free instant access to the Pro Handles Pack, brought to you by our guys over at Pro Class. And if this video helped you out, do me a huge solid and hit the like button down below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the bell notification because we put out fire every single week that I don't want you to miss. All right, again, I'm Coach Colin Castello with ShotMechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.